Good morning to you all. I woke up with a strange thought in my head, and I decided to do something about it now before I forget. I tried to find my knees and back are so bad that I got a lot of my albums in a cabinet right down at floor level, and a lot of my 45s are in boxes where I got to bend over and try and pick it up. And I live here on my own, and there are times where I get down on my knees to look for something, and I can't get up. It's awful. I've got to try and find a wardrobe or a chair or something solid that I can hang on to, and then with all that moans and groans that I do, it's lower back. So you youngsters, watch out you don't do your lower back in because it might not be what do you call it, a major drama, but it becomes one over time. Anyway, um, the thoughts I had was about mules. Um, then I thought, hang on, I've got some records with, like, the mule is the most unpretty or whatever of all the horses. What you have. I think donkeys are even more, you know, cute than a mule. I think a mule's the bottom of the what is it called? Epicene family tree. Anyway, cut the crap. Mules and fools. That's it. Um, so there's two that I got to do together because and this thing Morton did the other day when I did that thing about the jam. Morton in Oslo said he'd just put into his computer something about Paul Weller at the very same time. Synchronicities are really happening with me lately. They used to happen a lot when I was young, and they went away, and they're back again, and I love it. So yeah, uh, yes. So there's one that's right, about my knees. I've just been through all my CDs and I know there's one I've got, and it's right down the bottom, and I'm not going to even try to get it because I know if I get in that corner, I'll never get up today. I'll be stuck in there. But that's what set me off actually was I had this wonderful album by that American blues artist Taj Mahal, and I had the album called Natural Blues, and it's a great album, but there was one track on it that always knocked my socks off. I've always been a sucker for great harp, and it's called She Caught the Katy, and she caught the Katy and left me a mule to ride, and I thought, my God, how it's just what a classic line. It's just so good. The Katy's a train, but anyway, so on the subject of the mule, the only ones I can think of that I've got with the words mule, well, fool is different. I've got heaps of records here. Fool, Fool, Fool by Ray Brown and the Whispers. You're a Fool the Cry by the Stones. I don't actually own it. I don't have that album. Um, Fool, Fool. There's lots of songs with Fool in it. That's not so hard. But Mule, can you imagine if Ray Brown and the Whispers put out a single called Mule, Mule, Mule? Oh, you made me cry, Mule. Anyway, um, this one's a bit of a cheat, but I don't think there's a song here called anything to do with a mule. Let's have a look. Yes, we have. All right, let's start off with good old Tom Waits, Mule Variations, and on the back, track 4 is Get Behind the Mule. This is a damn good album. I love the cover art on this too. As an old darkroom rat, that's the sort of stuff I used to do. Like really beautiful quality. You can't see it on this. It's a very bright, sunny, bright day here. It's early. It's only 5:30 or something in the morning. Yeah, good album. So that's Tom Waits, Mule Variations. I've got to do these two together. Then this is my rearranged artwork for the Hellbent for Leather album by Frankie Lane. This guy was huge when I was a kid. Country and Western was very big in the 50s and was on the radio a lot. Um, There's some great tracks on here, and he really is a great country singer, even though he doesn't look the part. Some real classic songs on here, but right at the bottom there, the classic Mule Train. Well, it's on the front anyway. But I did slightly rearrange the cover. I made this a country punk album cover. He looks like he's saying "fuck you," isn't he? The look on his face, "fuck you" with a whistle. And yeah, Hell Bent for Leather, original Australian coronet release from the early '60s, and two more to go. And these two are sort of connected in a way. They both came out around about the same time. I think they both came out. This came out in 1970, and this came out in '71. And it's only because I only just noticed this too. This is Family's third album, The Wonderful Family. Oh, that's what I was going to say. And I get on, turn this computer on, and the first thing that pops up is I made a video about a ranking of the Family albums years ago. And some guy has just commented on it, like from 3 years ago. And this is a synchronicity shit. It's all Morton's fault. He's an evil troll or something. No, not a troll, you know what I mean? One of those ones that lives under a bridge. Yeah, sorry about the glare. Tough tits. The A Song for You album, wonderful album. And there's a song on here, it's almost not worth showing it because it's so small. No Mule's Fool. That's my favourite track on this album. If you love Family, you've got to love Roger Chapman's voice, and I love it. And he just goes absolutely fucking bananas on that track. So there's a wonderful track, which is actually, this was released as a single in the UK. But in Australia, I had this on vinyl, the song for me, Australian press, and it had No Mule's Fool on it, on the album, whereas in the poor old UK had the album minus that track. So Australia actually went one better than the UK on that. No Mule's Fool, and to finish up on this foolish, I'm making a mule myself as usual. Fireball on Harvest, original. I think it's even got, yeah, I should show this. It's got the wordage, as Ben would say, and it's got the original, still got the original in a bag. It's getting a bit looking a bit ragged now. And of course, the album's in beautiful condition. Absolutely stunning. Oh, I've had this forever and a day. It's not. I'm not a hit. I love Deep. I saw them live. Deep Purple live are unbelievably good, but somehow their records just were never quite right. It's something, except Machine Head. It's just an awesome album. Not so much for the songs, but just the recording quality. This one's an odd one. It sort of fell in between Deep Purple and rock and Machine Head. So, this was a lot of those grunge bands in the early 90s were very much into Fireball by Deep Purple. And so I just mentioned Family, a song called No Mule's Fool. Well, I just realised by looking in here, this is the inner, that 1971 this came out, and the Family album was the year before. Down the bottom there are two tracks on side two. Sorry, there are three tracks on side two. The first one's called The Mule, and the second one's called Fools. What are the fucking odds No Mule's Fool, and then next year Deep Purple come out with an album, and they've actually got a track called The Mule and Fools. What's going on here? God Almighty! Anyway, have a nice day, you fools.